going on, y'all? Welcome back to Trey Sells Your Place. We have a awesome neighborhood business spotlight for you today. I'm with Melissa from Burn Bootcamp Mallard Creek. This location is kind of like in the middle of Concord, Huntersville, North Charlotte.
Yeah, I call it like the little Bermuda Triangle kind of thing, because Concord is literally across the street. Huntersville is across this is Huntersville, and then Skybrook across the street is Huntersville, but then half of the neighborhood is Charlotte.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Really
you can literally
like
walk to 3 different towns.
That's your house could be on one town, your front yard could be on another, and your driveway on another, which gets tricky. But yeah, this Burn Bootcamp is awesome. Thank you so much for having us today. This place is massive. It's clean. It's very organized. It's one thing I look for in a gym. Truth be told, I have a home gym. I'm very homebody. You know, the only thing I step out for is my haircut and showings. But other than that, like, my wife goes here and she raves about Burn Bootcamp. Every shirt she has, Burn Bootcamp. She's just burn, 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 burn. So
we're gonna get one on you before you leave today.
All right. You're doing something awesome here. There's the transformation wall up front.
Yeah.
A lot going on. I'll stop talking. I'll let you get into it. What started this whole wanting to start a burn?
It was about 10 years ago. I was working in child protective services for the state, and I've always been in the helping field. And the one thing about child protective services is you're working with people who really don't want your help.
Yeah.
And so that was a struggle for me constantly. And one day there was a girl in my office, and I was noticing after a few weeks, I could tell her body was changing. Her confidence was changing. Everything about her was changing. And I asked her what she was doing. She said, Burn Bootcamp.
Wow.
And so I started, stalking the franchise online, but at the time it wasn't franchised. And long story short, a few weeks later it became franchised, and I called up Devin Klein and I said, I'm going to be your first franchisee. And I didn't know him, he didn't know me. I had never been in a Burn Bootcamp before, and I went and met with him. And on that day, I said, go ahead and disclose your documents because I'm going to sign. And had never, ever watched a workout.
That's awesome.
I wasn't a trainer. I was very overweight, and my body fat was in the obese numbers. And I was prepared to keep my job, open this gym, and hire a lead trainer. And I shared that with him, and he just shook his head no. And he slid a piece of paper across the table that said NASM and what book to get. And he's like, start studying. You're going to be your lead trainer, and you're going to quit your job in 6 weeks. And the rest was literally history, because that's exactly what happened. And then I went through my transformation with him. After those, I gave my notice at my job, and I started training with him as well as studying, and had a massive transformation at age 46. And opened across the street in Concord. It was my first location, where this location was.
Yeah.
But we quickly outgrew it. And so after 5 years, I knew we had to move.
Yeah, it's a thing, y'all. Yeah. Deanna's like, hey, I'm going to go work out. And then she'll get mad because she didn't plan ahead and the class is full. Like, this place is, you'll see, because you want to put me through the test and have me go through today's workout. So stay tuned for that. But these classes are upbeat, high energy, loud music. So I won't be able to have sound on because it's copyright. But other than that, like, the trainers are super personable.
Yes.
You know, if you're thinking about burn and you're sitting there thinking like, man, I can't jump right into it, this might be a little too intimidating, you were telling me there's like substitutions for workouts?
So we always have a free 7-day trial. And that's a really good way for you to get in and get a feel for the community, get a feel for the trainers. All the trainers are certified personal trainers, and get a feel for what the workouts are like before you're committing. And we also have a promotion coming up in September that's going to be 1 month for $79. So that's another great opportunity to get in and get a full month. Typically, people know after day 2 that they want to join. And I think that's partially contributed to the workouts, but also partially contributed to the community, because
that's a big thing.
Like, for so many people, walking through that front door is the hardest thing, I always say, because once you're in here, we're just going to love on you and you're probably not going to want to leave. So
I think the community that Burn has established, so kudos to all the franchise owners, the trainers, and just the people who are kind of like-minded in here trying to better themselves. Like, I know Planet Fitness says this, but it's really like judgment-free. But everybody is pushing one another to be better, and that's something that I've witnessed firsthand. You guys do a ton of events. I was just at the trainer
Yeah, the Burn Athlete
competition.
Games, yes.
There's another actually like person, what is it? Membership games too. Is that right?
So we do the QC games.
Okay.
We have, my business partner and I have 5 gyms between us. So we call ourselves QC Fit Life, incorporate our 5 gyms, and we bring all the members together that want to participate in this. And we have our own QC games. So it really allows people to step out of their comfort zone, get a feel for what it's like to compete, but not, you're in a competitive environment, but you're not.
It's super supportive.
It's so super supportive. So that's been one of the most amazing events that we do, because we watch people who never would have done something like this had it not been for the community they were surrounded by.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I got the bug to jump into a workout. Let's see what this is all about. We have a special prize for those who stick around to the end of this video. She kind of alluded to it a little bit before this, but more of that to come. I'm going to go change out this polo and see what happens.
Great.
All right.
We're going to see you in camp. Okay, so this is the lobby area of Burn Bootcamp. We have the front desk here. This is where you will check in. If you're already a member, you check in the iPad, or you just check in the app on your phone. So you don't even have to come to the front desk. You can just come right in, walk over to the cubby area. You put your items in the cubby anywhere that you would like. Everything is safe here. And then you will walk over onto the floating floor. This is our pull-up system, and this is where we'll be doing pull-ups, chin-ups, any type of activity that requires the rig. Here's our floating floor. What Burn Bootcamp really is known for is this floor right here, because this floor is built with foam blocks underneath it, and then it has a gymnastic flooring on top of it. So it's really good for impact on your knees, joints. We find that people really have their workouts a lot easier for them if they have those kind of issues.
Is this the biggest floating floor that Burn Bootcamp has?
I don't know.
That's massive.
I don't know, but this is definitely bigger than the first one I had. And we recently just had the whole floor replaced only just about a week ago. And our nice feature is having this garage door here. It's kind of a running joke in the gym that this team knows when they walk in, the members know when they walk in, if they see that door open, they know they're running. So they kind of get the word out, the garage door is open. This area is where we have our retail, our clothing, and our nutrition is over there.
I know this is a big part of the business because my wife has 90 shirts.
Yes, a lot of shirts. Okay, so upstairs on the second floor of Burn Bootcamp, we have some like-minded businesses that would benefit the members. Right here, we have Intentional Steps Counseling. Sharonda is one of our members, and she has a counseling services. She started it in this room. It's growing so much that she's now rented this room. So it's been nice to see that expand. And then down the hall here, at the end of the hall, we have, this is organic spray tanning, and she also has red light therapy bed in here and does a plethora of other holistic services. And also in here, someone leases a room for facials and any skincare needs. So it's been really nice to have these services for the members. Prior to this, we had a massage therapy business, and it did so well, it moved across the street. So it's nice for me as a business owner to see small businesses grow from here and then move on to somewhere else. So this is our child watch room. It's upstairs at the top of Burn Bootcamp on the second floor. And the great thing about this child watch is that the kids can overlook down to the gym to see their parents while their parents are working out. And it's a great feature because if they're really fearful or scared on the first day, they're so comforted knowing that their parents are just a glance away. So in our child watch area, we have a segregated area for our littles, for our infants who are not mobile yet. And I mean, even if they're starting to crawl, they can be in this area, but we keep them separated from the kids who are walking and who are a little older. And then we have 2 staff on at all times so that we have a proper child to staff ratio.
right, guys, that is a wrap. I just got my rear end kicked, as you saw in the footage. Great workout. A big shout out to Melissa again for allowing me to come and feature her on the local neighborhoods business spotlights. It's a long name. Might need to look into getting that fixed. But if you stayed this far, here's the kicker. I'm giving away 2 1-month passes to 2 separate subscribers. That's right. You need to subscribe to this channel, Trey Sells Your Place. Give me a follow on Instagram at Trey Sells Your Place. And you need to follow this Burn Bootcamp Mallard Creek. So all 3 things. As always, get out there and do the work. See you.